It's a day and the world is waiting. Move along to the song, singing in your soul. Feel the beat, clap your hands, let's take control. All you need, all you want, are you ready to find your way? 'Cause every day is a new day.
Hello students. Hello class of 2021 and soon to graduate Bachelor in Architecture and Bachelor in Design. You almost made it. My name is Cristina Mateo and I'm Associate Dean of I School of Architecture and Design. For those who don't know me, I'm really proud to be here. And I just wanted to share with you today that I'm going to be your Master of Ceremonies. That's not very exciting perhaps, but one thing that is really exciting is that for the last year and a half, you have combined many things. It's been a tough year where you have combined the curricular and the extracurricular, the physical and the digital, and you have brought to the fore both, being local and global. You have been actually designing and building reading kiosks for the city of Segovia, and also you've been evident in the pages of Prologue magazine. Through the physical walls of Casa de la Moneda, we've seen your work, but also we've seen your work in the digital walls or the virtual world. Your best work has been exhibited, both digitally and physically. And although we saw you through Instagram on a daily basis, through joins and articulations, and even offering a private view of the eye tower, which we all learn a lot about, we've been actually learning from you through social media, yes. And that's made you shine, yes. But above all, what it's made you shine, it's your building of community, your efforts on a daily basis. And to do that, and to honor and thank you here today, here you have your fellow students, your directors, and your dean. So let's celebrate here today. And let's start with the Bachelor in Design. And let's start with the director of the Bachelor in Design, Edgar González, who will address his students before awarding the diplomas, followed by Marcela Arauet, who is Associate Director of Undergraduate Studies in Architecture, and she will be helping you to get your diplomas. So without any further ado, let's call Edgar González. Big applause.
Thank you very much. Hi, everybody, for being here. When I was preparing this speech, I started thinking what last words to give to my students, to my very first batch of students of the Bachelor in Design program, and whom I'm very proud of. I'm not an expert in giving speeches or even graduation speeches. Actually, this is the first graduation speech I ever give. And of course, the temptation to look at references like the great and very famous Steve Jobs graduation was there. But it was too obvious, no? I have so much respect for the man, and I don't ever like to try to imitate him. And I'm not a genius either. So, of course, that was a path I didn't want to go. I didn't want to go the obvious path. My natural medium is, as you know, expressing an idea through Keynote. I feel naked without my computer and a deck of slides. But we were not allowed to have slides in this presentation, so I didn't know what to do. I was trying and thinking what to tell you to my students in 2 minutes, how to approach this, what message convey to you. Struggling with this, without any experience giving graduation speeches, this is the first time doing so. And in the middle of this struggle, it came to me. This is the message I want to give to you. Being a beginner again. Because through beginner's eyes, everything is possible. Because you don't know what's ahead. Being a beginner, you set up your own constraints. You set your own boundaries, your ambitions. And this allows to see the world with a special perspective. a perspective that designers need to have, a perspective that sees opportunities where there are problems, and opportunities without mattering of the scale that makes the world a better place. On the first day of your class, I don't know if you remember, I told you something like, this is the most important day in your career, because this is the day that you choose to be a designer. And actually, you are a designer right now. The only problem is that you only have 1 hour of experience being a designer. Well, probably the most important day in your career now is this one, because today you become not only 4 years old of experience being a designer, but you have to go out into the wild and prove it. I'm 49 years old, and I have some 30 years of experience being a designer. As a designer, even though this moment, you have given me the chance to be a beginner again. 2 minutes only give me one idea to give you. And the piece of advice I would like to give you is never lose the perspective of a designer. Never stop seeing the world through beginner's eyes. Cohort of the Bachelor in Design, class of 2021. Have a great life and congratulations.
Hello, everyone. Welcome, congratulations, class of 2021. Now we're going to proceed to name the students of the Bachelor in Design, and the Director of Undergraduate Studies in Design will hand the diplomas. Alejandra Isabel Alonso Majagranzas Moreno. Miriam Barba Martínez Laya. Nicole Andreina Beltrán Caraballo. Bianca Brachetti. Federica Caso. Alejandra Díaz Zulueta. Miguel Gutiérrez Ambrosi Larios. María José Heshiki de las Casas. Anurag Falke. Nicholas Christopher Say. Elisabetta Shavrova. Yasmina Taher. Claudia Estefanía Taveras Ureña. And Claudia Elena Tizón.
Now, I would like to give the prize for the best PFG final project to the student Anurag Falke.
Well, this is going well, this is going well. So now let's have the students here. Let's have the representative of the graduating class of the Bachelor in Design. So let's have Miquel Gutiérrez Ambrosi. Miguel? I'm here, please.
I'm a bit nervous. Okie dokie. Dear graduating students, honored guests, parents, relatives, faculty, and friends, I am deeply humbled to welcome you to the first time in history IE's Bachelor in Design graduation. You did it! Guys, you did it. You're here now. Remember your first day 4 years ago? Coming from entirely different cultures and leaving your families behind, we all found ourselves vulnerable in a room full of strangers in some town called Segovia. Little did we know that little town would become our home, and those strangers our new family. It all started in Freshers Week. We overflowed with so much fun that our doubting became trusting, and our fears became hopes. Soon enough, the days at the Fab Lab, the ham and cheese sandwich, the all-nighters in the studio, or partying at Irish on Thursdays would also become part of our daily basis. I still remember the pride we took in exhibiting our work in Casa de la Moneda, or the thrill of presenting our branding projects in front of a renowned jury for the first time. But we also struggled a bit. Despite our hard work, we have to admit that being the first generation of designers was no easy task. Still, after all these years, I look back and I still find myself amazed by how much we've grown since that first day. I am proud to stand here today before you, for you've paved the way for all upcoming design generations. This ceremony tells you that you are now prepared to begin your life to achieve life purpose. And it does it at the end of a very long journey of academic effort and personal growth. I think that I speak for every single one of us when I say, I love you and I'm proud of you. So I'd also like to thank, on your behalf, to all the people here present, to IE University, its body, faculty, staff, and students, for all they have done for us. And personally, I'd like to give you individually a couple words. Greg, who's not here today, hope he is online. The car lover, thank you for your enthusiasm, for lighting up the room and pinning a smile on us every single day. May, the foodie, thank you for always listening, for your empathy and your understanding, especially for your yummy cookies. Yucko, thank you for reminding us not to vex ourselves over unimportant things. Thank you for your calmness and your love as a friend. Yasmina, she is here, the best party companion. Thank you for your vibrant energy, for always keeping the class tight, and of course, for a unique sense of fashion. There's the sportsman. Thank you for the passion you put into all of your ideas and everything you do. Even if you started off as the crush of many, you've ended up the friend of all. Nicole, the hard worker, always going beyond everyone's expectations. Thank you for proving that geniuses are not born, but made of constant effort. MJ, the best delegate, the caring mother. Thank you for your perfectionism, for making sure not only projects, but also us, classmates, were always at our best. Mimi, thank you for your genuineness, for being an example of values, for reminding us that faith, along with hard work, always pays off. Lisa, the class supermodel, thank you for your fantastic sense of style, but especially for your reliability and your heart of gold. Fede, that one person who's always involved in everything, thank you for being such a fierce woman, for reminding us how hard work and self-motivation can take us anywhere. Claudia, another fashion icon, thank you for making our class much cooler, for teaching us how to dance, for being a loyal friend and the best birthday twin. Bianca, the Italian muse, that person you can always laugh with and count on. Thank you for your beautiful energy and for remaining a sanctuary of comfort, peace, and laughter. Anurag, the nice guy, and the best delegate ever, now winner of the Best DFG award. That one person to whom helping others always comes first. Thank you for making our days and projects brighter and for standing up for us at all times. Alex, the passionate advocate, thank you for your strong sense of justice, for your contagious laughter, and for reminding us how freedom and respect should always go hand in hand. Ale, the bohemian artist, who along with Alex makes the perfect vegan, thank you for your resolve, your chipperness, creativity, and for your talent. But mainly, thank you for always being an encouraging friend to every single one of us. Nick, the businessman, thank you for having a problem to every solution. Thank you for making a step out of our Thank you for making a step out of our comfort zone, for your honesty, and for constantly pushing us to do better. Tuti, the genius, an amazingly talented designer, friend to her friends, and producer of the highest quality work. Thank you for being so calm and sweet, and for always being a point of reference. Lastly, Edgar, our dear director, thank you for leading us, for standing with us, for caring for us, and of course, thank you for granting us the official title of your favorite students. Thank you all. Thank you all for making this the first promotion of the best designers and the most amazing people in the history of IE University. Stand tall, my friends, for you are the future. Continue reaching new heights and conquering the unknown. Be curious and never forget who you are, where you come from, or what you're made of. I will miss you. We all will. Thank you.
Wow, what can you say after that? Thank you, Mickey. Let's proceed now to award diplomas to graduating class of the Bachelor in Architecture. So before that, let's have the director of the Bachelor in the director of the Bachelor in School, Associate Dean David Jeffrey Goodman, and Marcela Arauez, who will actually eventually also help us to hand the diplomas from Dr. Goodman. So, David, please come to the stage. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you students, Dean Thorne, Associate Dean Mateo, Director Gonzalez, Associate Director Arauez, friends and family following online, dear soon-to-be graduates of the class of 2021. This is not a graduation, yet here we are, wearing oddly colored, strangely medieval robes, bibs, sashes, hats, etc., handing out, receiving leather-bound folders and diplomas, feeling nervous, relieved, emotional, maybe not feeling any of that, just processing, being here in this moment, making speeches and listening to them, applauding, sweating. But no, this is not a graduation. It's not a graduation because events have intervened as they usually do. Yet had they not intervened, we would not be in this more intimate setting, and I wouldn't be able to address you directly as I am now. This is the first time in 10 tries that I've been able to address the graduating class, so thank you. Thank you, COVID. For this, at least, I am grateful. And though this is not a graduation, we have managed to maintain the essence of what a graduation is. We have adapted, adjusted on the fly, worked very hard to make it all seem effortless, thank you, Lydia, and accepted what we must about this circumstance, while being true to what we know needs to be done to mark this important moment, this important rite of passage. So we are here together. We are sharing this experience. We, together, are living this essence of graduation, even under duress, Masks, rules, regulation, terrible sticks up our noses, 37-degree heat, etc. We do this, and we are true to this essence, even though it isn't easy. We do this because we've decided it's worth doing this, no matter how difficult. Since this pandemic began, you, the class of 2021, you have maintained the essential under very challenging circumstances. You have adapted on the fly, you excelled. You have produced what I can honestly say is some of the strongest overall final project work I have seen in my 10 years at this university. And I expected no less of you. You have been, since your arrival in Segovia 5 years ago, a uniquely talented and hardworking group. You have pushed us as faculty, as administrators. You have pushed us as a school, and I appreciate this. We appreciate this. And I won't lie, you have not always been an easy, tranquil, or harmonious group, but such is the price of passion and excellence. You have responded to adversity with great skill and hard work. You've been true to your own individual interests, and you've already begun to embrace your new responsibilities as thoughtful, active citizens and members of this noble profession, despite the terrible intervention of circumstance. Now, I can say with a very high degree of confidence that these will not be the last circumstances you face. Circumstances, good and otherwise, will intervene. And if you will permit me some brief advice before I conclude, I will say this. When circumstances do intervene, be clear about what matters to you, what constitutes the essential for you. Your friends, your loved ones, your work, your convictions about what's right. Defend these things. You'll be faced with all kinds of circumstances, opportunities, accidents, challenges, temptations, and you'll have almost no time at all to ask whether or not these circumstances and opportunities have taken you somewhere you want to be, if they've made you someone you want to be. Draw red lines. Know how to say yes and no, and why and when to say these things. Establish limits as well as goals. And don't forget to look inward from time to time, which is not the same thing as admiring one's own image or one's own accomplishments. So, in honor of this event, which is not a graduation, I nevertheless say congratulations to you all. Thank you for sharing these years with us, and best of luck with what comes next. I am proud of what you accomplished, and I wish for each of you even greater accomplishments moving forward, namely a knowledge of oneself and a life lived accordingly. Thank you. Now I'd like to call Marcela Aragüez up to read the names of the graduating students.
Lamis Ahmad. Fares Al-Rajal. Sara Riyad Said Al-Achad. Sebastián Ildefonso Argüello. Anna Beatrice Bonfili. Moira Concepción Burela Chavarría. Blanca Cominges Luque. Hatam Daudi. Bertrand Thibault de Montezon de la Fay Vargas Zúñiga. Linda Muhammad Al-Sahel. Asma Maged Abdelser Soliman Elbas. Sofia Focolari. Clara Gade. Sandra García Bonholt. Cecilia Lloves Valderrabano. Ignacio Andrés Mejía Zubillaga. Santiago Otero San Pedro. Marina Sánchez Melguizo. Sachi Satish Trivedi. Paula Vallejo Yuste. Cyril Bart Van Tochno. And Danielle Elizabeth White.
It is my distinct pleasure to announce the winner of the outstanding final project. The award goes to Linda Alzacher. Congratulations.
And now, on behalf of the graduating class of the Bachelor in Architecture, let's have Cecilia Lloves to the stage. Thank you.
Thank you. 5 years of sleepless nights, stressful deadlines, unsettling feedback, and it was all worth it. We finally made it. Welcome, fellow architects. In 2016, all of us filled our bags with unknown tools and entered the campus of Segovia with the same nervousness as a gladiator entering the Coliseum. Friendly faces would often change the expression when we responded architecture regarding our degree. And yet, we somehow managed to do it all, to reach every deadline without missing a night out at Irish. It has been a roller coaster of emotions: tears, laughter, nervousness, more tears, and a whole lot of designing, rethinking, and redefining what spaces are. It is an honor for me to stay here, to be here today, and I will do my best to summarize these past 5 years in the next few words. First, our international and open mindset. Look around. We are quite a diverse community, aren't we? This environment has enabled us to learn about other cultures, but also understand our different realities. We got the chance to both study in charming Segovia, but also do internships in foreign studios, discovering in each place friends who became family and professionals who became mentors. We were fortunate enough to get a taste of what it's like to be an architect around the world, with the hope of making it a better place. Secondly, hard work, and perseverance. I believe there are no better words to describe us after these years. At this point, I feel like we can take on any hater that comes at us. Not only have we faced harsh evaluations from teachers and professionals, but we've had to learn to deal with the worst critic of all, ourselves, managing to come out the other side stronger than ever. In the end, I've learned that if you find a road with no obstacles, you'll probably find that it doesn't lead anywhere. So we must be proud. Thirdly, unity. The studio has been a key part for our degree. Those endless hours were opportunities to learn from each other, to listen to different points of view on our projects, gaining a little perspective when needed, and even lending a helping hand in desperate times. The studio is where we understood the importance of empathy and teamwork. Because as Henry Ford said, if everyone is moving forward together, then success takes care of itself. Today, we are architects, but we have not made it alone. We want to thank you, teachers, faculty, and family members for committing your time and effort to all of us. We certainly know it hasn't been easy. You have dealt with our frustrations and anxieties, and we couldn't have made it without you. All your sacrifices and your firm decision to contribute to our future have paid off. I am sure we will forever look back and remember the valuable lessons you taught us here, and for that, we are grateful. So, what can I say? Sleepless nights have taught us to focus on the hard work and keep on creating one day or night at a time. The stressful deadlines have made us do what we thought impossible. And the unsettling feedback, well, it has forged friendships that will last a lifetime. But don't let yesterday take up too much of today. There are two goals in this life. First, to get what you want, and second, to enjoy it. Today, it's our time to enjoy it. So thank you and congratulations, class of 2021.
And just for those who don't know, today is the day that Jeff Bezos went with a rocket to 100 kilometers high. So although it's not a graduation, it's almost as good as. So let's go to the stage now for the closing remarks to our Dean, Martha Thorne. Please, Martha.
Dear graduates, as Dean of IE School of Architecture and Design, I often like to remember that part of the great strength of IE comes through diversity of nationality, outlook, gender, age, background, and disciplines. It enriches everything we do and helps us go beyond ourselves to see new possibilities. I congratulate each and every one of you for coming together in the pursuit of knowledge, for your hard work, and your desire to transform yourselves. I also thank your family and friends and faculty and staff who have supported you throughout this phase of your lives. Diversity took on a new meaning this year. Instead of learning in a traditional classroom setting, we had to study online, use new tools and techniques. Diversity of geographic locations was even more significant. Although many of us were in Madrid and Segovia, others had to remain in other places due to the pandemic. We've lived through an unpredictable year. The uncertainty has touched each and every one of us. We will always remember this year because of the unexpected, far-reaching impacts of COVID. And the lessons we learned from the past year will indicate who we are moving forward. We've shown that we're resilient and adaptable. We found new ways to study, learn, communicate, and deal with significant challenges. The great opportunity facing all of us is to remember the past year's small successes and unexpected pleasures. If you're like me, perhaps you listen to more music than ever before, or you were able to inject some humor into those rather monotonous Zoom meetings. Having to stay home meant appreciating all the technology we have to stay connected and even order online the many things we need. Perhaps you even gained a new appreciation for parks and nature. Now, as we look to the future, my sincere wish is that we will always be able to be resilient, to keep an open mind, to question standard or accepted beliefs. In the face of the pandemic, we quickly transitioned to using spaces in different ways. Our homes became our offices, our sidewalks, our outdoor cafes. We use cities in new, more flexible ways. So let's embrace the lessons of the pandemic, remembering that our cities worked better with less traffic, there was less noise, and the air was cleaner. Those more flexible schedules gave choice to many people. Let's remember how much we wanted to be in touch with nature and realize that we need to understand the connections between our built and natural environments and our digital ones too. Let's remember the examples of kindness we received and the responsibility we felt towards friends, family, neighbors, and how the health professionals were always there for us. Perhaps the most powerful lesson we can learn from the pandemic is that we are all connected. We need to rely on the power of collaboration. Therefore, rather than trying to forget the past year, I encourage you to embrace the small pleasures of life that were revealed, to remember the acts of kindness and the opportunities to reevaluate what we take for granted. This time it was COVID, but in the future, as David has said, it may and could be something else. Just as you did not shy away from those complex challenges of the past year, please go forward with generosity and a collaborative spirit, and you will truly be ready for the future, whatever it may hold. Congratulations, and this ends the ceremony, the ungraduation of 2021.